Right now, in this very moment, you are carrying within you a profound sense of hurt that seems to wrap itself around your heart like a heavy cloak. The weight of this pain comes from someone who occupies an irreplaceable space in your life, someone whose presence has shaped your world in ways both beautiful and challenging. Their recent behavior, or perhaps the deafening silence that has settled between you, has created a wound that runs deeper than surface-level discomfort. It feels as though their actions, or the absence of their words, have pierced through the very core of your being, leaving you in a state of longing that consumes your thoughts during both waking hours and restless nights. What you find yourself craving more than anything else is not grand gestures or dramatic declarations. No, what your soul truly yearns for is something far simpler yet infinitely more meaningful. You desire just the smallest sign, the most subtle gesture, a word, a glance, a message that carries even the faintest spark of hope. You need to know that what exists between you still holds value, that the connection you have nurtured and cherished has not dissolved into nothingness. You long for reassurance that the bond you share still pulses with life, that there remains room for fresh communication to flow freely between your hearts once again. This deep desire for connection does not arise from a place of weakness or desperation, though it may sometimes feel that way. Rather, it springs from the wellspring of genuine love and the profound depth of the energetic tie that binds you together. The silence that currently surrounds you feels heavier than any words could ever be, pressing down upon your chest and making each breath feel labored with unspoken emotion. As you navigate through these turbulent emotional waters, you may begin to notice that your physical body and mental state are also displaying clear signs of this inner turmoil. Perhaps you have been experiencing persistent back pain that seems to have no obvious physical cause. Maybe you find yourself feeling unexplainably irritated by small things that would not normally bother you, or experiencing mood swings that leave you feeling unbalanced and uncertain. Your nights may have become restless battlegrounds where sleep eludes you, or arrives only in brief, unsatisfying fragments. You might even be dealing with a recurring throat issue, a tightness or discomfort that comes and goes without clear medical explanation. These physical discomforts can feel overwhelming and confusing, leaving you wondering why your body seems to be turning against you during an already difficult time. But I want you to understand something crucial. These symptoms, these manifestations of discomfort, they are not random occurrences. They are not punishments or signs that something is fundamentally wrong with you. Instead, they are signals, gentle yet persistent reminders from the universe itself, urging you to shift your focus inward. The cosmos is speaking to you through the language of your own body, guiding you toward a path of self-discovery and healing. You are being called to focus on yourself, to embrace the transformative power of self-love, and to nurture your own well-being with the same care and devotion you have shown to others. This is a sacred call to balance the landscape of your inner world, to ground yourself through intentional practices that reconnect you with your center. Consider embracing meditation, allowing yourself to sit in stillness and observe the thoughts that arise without judgment. Explore the ancient wisdom of yoga, moving your body in ways that release trapped energy and create space for healing. Practice mindful breathing, drawing air deeply into your lungs and exhaling the tension that has accumulated in your muscles and bones. By giving yourself permission to pause, to step away from the chaos of longing and uncertainty, you create the conditions necessary for genuine healing to take root. In doing so, you will gradually rediscover your strength, reclaim your emotional stability, and restore balance to your mental landscape. Peace will return, perhaps slowly at first, like the dawn creeping across a dark sky, but it will return nonetheless. And with that peace comes clarity, emerging from the fog of confusion like a lighthouse beacon cutting through storm clouds. Now, let me share with you something that may help you understand why these physical and emotional challenges feel so particularly intense, why they seem to penetrate so deeply into your being. The reason is tied to the extraordinary nature of the connection you share with your person. You are not simply two separate individuals who happen to care for each other. What exists between you transcends the boundaries of ordinary human relationship. You are connected at a soul level, bound together by invisible threads that stretch across time, space, and circumstance. This is a bond that existed before you met in this lifetime and will continue beyond the confines of your current physical existence. Because you are essentially two halves of one soul, it is only natural, almost inevitable, that you would be able to sense and absorb each other's energy, often without conscious awareness of what is happening. When they experience turmoil, chaos, or pain in their own life, you may find yourself unconsciously mirroring that suffering in your own body and emotions. The backaches that plague you, the sleepless nights that leave you exhausted, the emotional swings that feel impossible to control, these may not be entirely your own burdens to carry. They could very well be reflections, energetic echoes of what your person is currently going through in their own journey. It is entirely possible that they are facing what we might call tower moments in their life, those sudden and often painful changes that shake the very foundation of one's existence. They may be experiencing emotional upheaval, navigating painful endings, or confronting truths they have long avoided. Their struggles create ripples in the energetic field you share, and those ripples wash over you, causing you to feel their pain almost as acutely as if it were your own. Yet within this storm of difficulty and confusion, something truly remarkable and powerful is taking place within your person. They are undergoing a genuine spiritual awakening, a transformation of consciousness that is fundamentally altering how they see themselves, their life, and the connection they share with you. They are moving through an intense phase of self-reflection and deep realization, a journey that is bringing them fresh clarity and profound insight about who they truly are and what they genuinely want. This awakening process is illuminating aspects of their being that have long remained in shadow, revealing truths they may have been unwilling or unable to face before now. I must be honest with you. This awakening they are experiencing is not an easy or comfortable process. Spiritual transformation rarely is. It often arrives accompanied by confusion, loss, grief, and the uncomfortable crumbling of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve one's highest good. It can feel like everything they once knew about themselves is being torn down, leaving them standing in rubble, uncertain of how to rebuild. But within these challenging experiences, within the pain of old structures falling away, your person is discovering something invaluable. They are uncovering truth and genuine insight. They are beginning to recognize with increasing clarity the true depth and significance of the bond you share. They are starting to understand, perhaps for the first time, the vital role you play in their soul's journey and evolution. They are seeing your love, your seemingly endless patience, your consistent kindness, and your unwavering loyalty through entirely new eyes. What they may have taken for granted before, or failed to fully appreciate, now appears before them in brilliant clarity. This awareness is creating a fundamental shift within their consciousness and their heart. They are coming to know, with certainty that grows stronger each day, that your heart is pure. They see clearly now the love you have carried for them, a love that has remained constant and true regardless of time passing, physical distance creating separation, or circumstances becoming complicated and difficult. They can no longer ignore, dismiss, or rationalize away the sincerity of your devotion or the way you have stood by them even when doing so brought you pain. Even during the silence, even during those moments when everything felt uncertain and fragile, your presence, your compassion, and your remarkable capacity to love so deeply and completely have touched them in ways they cannot forget and will not be able to set aside. They carry this awareness with them now as they move through their days and nights. It lives within their chest, informing their thoughts and fueling a growing longing to step forward, to stop hiding behind walls of fear and hesitation, and to create something truly meaningful and lasting with you. Where once they may not have been ready for what you offered, perhaps resisting the connection or feeling unable to accept the depth of love you extended toward them, they now feel a significant shift taking place within their own soul. The awakening they are experiencing is giving them courage they did not possess before, and with that courage comes desire, clear and powerful and impossible to ignore. They are actively manifesting union with you. This is not wishful thinking or empty fantasy. They genuinely want to share life with you in a way that feels authentic, stable, and enduring. They are no longer running from the bond that connects you, no longer trying to escape or minimize what exists between you. Instead, they are moving toward it with increasing intentionality, preparing themselves emotionally and spiritually to make an offer that truly reflects their deepest intentions and most authentic desires. This is not merely about romance in the conventional sense, though romantic love certainly plays its part. This is about union at the soul level, about two people who have walked through pain, navigated misunderstanding, endured separation and silence, yet still feel inexorably drawn back together because the connection you share is simply undeniable. Your person now understands, with a clarity that continues to deepen, that what they once resisted, feared, or tried to push away is actually exactly what their soul has been craving all along. They want this bond. They want this love. They want this partnership just as much as you do. The crucial difference now is that they have reached a point where they are willing to act on these desires rather than simply feeling them in private while maintaining distance in reality. They are ready to translate their inner transformation into outer action. For you, this present moment represents both a time of healing and a time of patience, and I know that holding both of these experiences simultaneously can feel nearly impossible. While your heart yearns desperately for a sign, for confirmation that you are not alone in your feelings and hopes, the universe is gently yet firmly guiding you to prioritize taking care of yourself first. You are being asked to stand strong within your own energy, to cultivate your own inner garden rather than waiting for someone else to water it. As your person continues their journey of awakening and self-reflection, working through their own processes and timelines, you are being invited to nurture your own soul with the same tenderness you would offer to them. Fill your own cup until it overflows. Trust with every fiber of your being that union is indeed manifesting, unfolding according to divine timing that serves the highest good of all involved. Your love has never gone unnoticed, even when it seemed to disappear into a void of silence. Soon, the clarity your person has been gaining through their awakening will propel them forward, and they will approach you with the stability, sincerity, and commitment you have always deserved. The wait, though painful, is preparing both of you for a reunion that can actually last, built on foundations of truth rather than illusion, grounded in readiness rather than premature rushing. What your person wants you to know, what they are working toward being able to say to you directly, is this: you truly have no idea how much time they have spent thinking about you, about the two of you together, and about everything that has transpired between you throughout your connection. This is not occasional or casual thinking. It is constant, always present in the back of their mind, and sometimes pushing its way so forcefully into the front of their consciousness that they can hardly focus on anything else. They carry you with them through every hour of every day. And when night falls and they attempt to find rest, you still find your way into their thoughts and populate their dreams with your presence. They feel as though they have been living with this ache of separation for far too long, and no matter what they do to distract themselves or move on, the feeling does not fade. They know that things between you have been complicated, layered with misunderstanding and missed opportunities, and they take full responsibility for their part in creating that complexity. There are words they should have spoken much sooner and truths they should have admitted before so much time passed, but instead, they kept everything bottled up inside, locked away where it seemed safer but only caused more pain. They want desperately to explain everything when they see you again, though they do not yet know exactly when that moment will arrive. Still, they rehearse it repeatedly in their head, playing out the conversation, imagining the look on your face, practicing how they want to finally say everything that has been pressing against their chest like a physical weight. But even in imagination, they freeze. They go blank, as though all the carefully chosen words they have been carrying suddenly slip away like water through their fingers. Yet they know this with absolute certainty. When the time finally comes, when you are standing before them again, They will not allow themselves to remain silent anymore. They will find the courage to speak because the weight of holding everything inside has become truly unbearable. This distance, this silence that has stretched between you like an impassable canyon, is something they can no longer stand. They cannot continue bearing the pain of being apart from you, cannot tolerate the empty space where your presence used to be or the ache that emptiness leaves behind. They love you so deeply and completely that it feels as though every part of their being is tied to you by unbreakable cords. They want to spend their life with you. They want to marry you. That thought, that desire, has been residing at the very center of their heart even during times when they tried to distract themselves or pretend the feeling was not as strong as it truly is. The period of uncertainty and confusion between you is finally reaching its natural conclusion. For quite some time, both of you have been holding yourselves back in various ways. It has felt like standing at the edge of something significant and life-changing, but neither of you dared to take the full leap required. Perhaps fear held you back, or hesitation born of past hurt, or simply the hope that the other person would be the first to move. Both of you have been yearning for deeper closeness, but vulnerability seemed like a heavy door that neither felt ready to push open. Now, however, the energy surrounding your connection is shifting dramatically. That door is beginning to creak open wide, and the hesitations that once stood between you like solid walls are dissolving like morning mist under the sun. You are both arriving at a point where the desire to work on this connection and nurture what exists between you outweighs the fear of being truly seen in all your imperfection and humanity. Your partner in particular longs for a more intimate bond with you, though their desire for closeness extends far beyond the physical realm. While there will certainly be moments of passion, tenderness, and physical expression of love, what they crave most profoundly is emotional intimacy. They want the ability to share their heart with you freely, without walls or pretense, and to feel completely safe in doing so. They want to sit with you in quiet moments, to talk about things that truly matter, to share fears and hopes and dreams, and to build together a foundation of trust that reaches far beyond surface-level interactions.